Hey, you all, I wanted to pop on and share some quick thoughts about the makeup and skincare from the Sephora sale that are catching my attention. And I wanted to know your thoughts on a particular line. So let's get into this. This isn't like a full on Sephora recommendations video.
I actually did end up filming a recommendations video. I hadn't planned to, but I did. As soon as I edit it, I will get that posted as well. Hopefully before the sale, since that's the whole point of the video. Hope I have time to do that.
That would take a long time. I've done those before. They don't really get a whole lot of views, at least not on the makeup side. I did a fragrance one. It's on my other channel called Veronica Says. If you're interested in fragrance, I'll link it below and would welcome you to check out that video. But I've been thinking a lot about what I want to purchase on the makeup and skincare side and just wanted to talk with you all about it. So let's get into this. I do have a skip that I want to suggest to you all not to bother with, and I want to share my experience with this particular product. I want to share with you what I'm getting and then, what I might recommend to you all across a few categories, at least a small batch. It's not like a full on recommendations video, like I said. So, why don't we start off with like what to skip? Oh my God, I purchased the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Natural Palette or Nature Palette, I think it's called. It was the latest one. I do have the Moonlight Seduction? What the heck is it called? Hang on, please. Hold. I think it's just called the Moonlight palette, the one that came out last year that had the more cool tone shades and it had the pop of blue, midnight blue. I have that one. I regret it not getting the very first release. And I have looked at it over and over again on Mercari, and people just want outrageous prices for the newer ones that are unused. And I'm just not going to pay $200 for a product that was $60 to $70 when it first released. That's called price gouging. I mean, come on, it's not that serious. I have other shades that I can use that are in the same family. But because I have like the FOMO of not getting the first one and it did sell out and it did not come back and hasn't come back, I went ahead and picked up this new one, the natural or nature or whatever the heck it's called, nature palette. So this one looks very beautiful, but it has that pop of like an earthy green in it. I don't have it here because I sent it off to my daughter's college. I sent it off with her to give to one of her friends or use herself if she would like. This was okay. And that was just the whole thing. There's nothing wrong with this palette. When you look at this palette, if you cover up the green pop, which I'm not even like a green eyeshadow fanatic, I'll wear green from random time to time. I'm more like an everyday eyeshadow gal these days. And so the look that you see here, well, this doesn't exactly look like I was hoping it to look on camera, but this is from this is the new Givenchy limited edition 9.16. I don't even know if that's how you say the name, but that eyeshadow palette that they released for the holidays. And the more boring and basic the palette is, the more I love it these days. So this palette, if you cover up the green part, is actually right up my alley, this Makeup by Mario one. I like the tones in here. These are easy enough to wear. Here's one of the challenges that I faced, and I wish I had it to show you and swatch for you. But what you see in the pan is not necessarily what it looks like on your skin. Like the colors are a little bit different, and I don't like that. I had that same problem with some of the Huda palettes. So Huda had a Mercury in retrograde palette. Do you remember that one? Beautiful cover, beautiful fun color story, and it gave me trauma because the colors when you swatch them weren't necessarily as they appeared in the pan. And so you didn't know what you were going to get from one look to the next. I need my colors grouped together for ease of use for myself. So I had that experience with this new Ethereal Eyes Nature palette. The other challenge that I had, and this is a criticism of the palette, the shimmers were not shimmering. That's not necessarily an issue. Like, I don't have to be beaming to the high gods for my eyeshadow palette to please me or whatever, right? I don't need that. People were expecting that because the other two palettes have a lot of pop in the shimmers. They are very sort of almost like a glittery, like very shiny effect to them. This one does not have that. So these are more subdued shimmers. That's not necessarily a problem for me. My issue was that even the subdued version faded so quickly during the day. I used this 3 times and thought, that's it. I'm done. I've invested enough time trying to really enjoy this eyeshadow palette. For what it is, I have others that do the same thing that I don't need this. And the feature of it that everyone is loving, the green pop, is the one that I would use the least. I just don't reach for the more colorful looks these days. I like something a little bit more basic, like what you're looking at here. And yeah, for that reason, this felt very lackluster to me. And it was a no. I thought the mattes were pretty. The shimmers were okay, they just didn't last. And like I said, the green is not something that I'm drawn to, and so I should have known better than to purchase this. So I just wanna de-influence you on that one. Now, if you like the green, that particular green shadow was actually one of the wins here. So, like it lasted. So, but it's not one that I'm gonna wear, so it's a pass for me. Then, in terms of products that I think are probably worth checking out, these are ones that I can vouch for as recent uses for me that I think are great. So the Patrick Ta eyeshadow duos are so pretty. These are called Major Dimension Eye Illusion Eyeshadow Duos. I picked up Always on Your Mind, which is this combo of an almost like champagne sparkly color and then this slate color. And the way that they look on the models is the best picture. I mean, I can swatch them for you, but these are absolutely gorgeous. They're a little bit of a drier formula than the duos that were released last year, but that's okay. They work and they give you a lot of shine and glitter on your eye. I also picked up In Your Dreams, which has this nearly white, almost like cream colored, another champagne type of tone, and then a more gold, like a cool tone. Is it cool toned? Gold. Well, it is cool tone, but it has a hint of warmth. I mean, I guess that's a true champagne color, that gold there. And it is both of these combos are beautiful. People complained about the price of these. Oh, they're $42. They're so expensive. They're so this, they're so that. But when you consider that each of those then is $21, listen, if you're a monochrome eyeshadow kind of person, you've probably paid more for a single shadow than these prices. I think that they are okay in price. And with the 20% off, you get over $8 off of that, right? So then you're looking at somewhere in the low $30 range. And I think it's more than appropriate at that point if you have a challenge with the price. I didn't pick up the other two colors. When the sun sets, the peach sparkles. Peach is a tricky color for me. Sometimes it looks beautiful on my eyes, and sometimes it looks like I have problems, like I'm not feeling well. And then Slow Burn is beautiful, the one that has the burgundy kind of sparkles and that sort of taupey, rosy color. These are gorgeous. I wasn't compelled to buy them. I wouldn't be opposed to picking them up. And I have some of the colors from last year too. So these really stood out to me as worth purchasing. I recently fell in love with and have the High Glam foundation from Natasha Denona, the Hydrating and Blurring Luminous Longwear Serum Foundation. These names are just like, hello. Ridiculously long. I think I purchased mine in the color NP10. Forgive me, I left all my makeup in the other room and wanted to film this super quick. But I really like that this is a hydrating formula that has a little bit of luminance to it. So you see from the pictures that are shown on the website that it's featuring like a glowy look on the ladies. I don't think it's quite as glowy as it's portrayed in the pictures, but it does have a little bit of radiance and luminous so that your skin looks alive versus dead. Kind of like what you see on my skin here now. Like you see that the light is sort of bouncing off of my skin and you see some of my natural oils coming through. I think it's a lot like that with a medium coverage type of deal. It's a nice flexible formula and you don't feel it on your skin. And so from that perspective, this is a fantastic formula. It wore long on me when I've worn it. It's, you know, you wear it in the morning and by dinner and whatever, it's still on. Of course, things start to break apart after a while. Maybe like after dinner or whatever, you can sort of see the sides of the nose start to break apart. But overall, it wore really beautifully during the day. And so, from that perspective, it is a win. In terms of foundations, I am going to be picking up the new Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. The description is that it's a natural finish foundation with weightless medium coverage that smooths and blurs for a second skin effect while providing all day shine control and up to 16-hour hydration. All the videos that I've seen of the use of this are that it looks very natural, like a second skin, surreal skin finish on the foundation without overcaking you or looking too made up. And I really like that, especially for like work events. I'm not entirely sure which color to pick up. It'll probably be something like 15 neutral, medium with a neutral undertone, or maybe 16.5 medium with a neutral undertone. We'll see. I didn't pick up the first one by Makeup by Mario because the first foundation that he put out maybe a couple years ago, people said it looked a little bit too shiny, like there were particles in it that were too radiant and reflective and that it felt unnatural. I am interested in the Prada foundation as well. I'm not sure if I will pick that up. If you have used that, let me know your thoughts. There are mixed reviews on the glowiness versus the matte nature of it. It's the Reveal Skin Optimizing Refillable Soft Matte Foundation. Very curious about it. It's a skincare foundation that refines the skin in 3 dimensions, including tone, luminosity, and texture to reveal soft filtered skin in real life. It's supposed to be a matte finish, but I think I heard someone say that it's super shiny on them. But there are rave reviews of this, and I'm really curious. I don't especially love that it's like refillable, and so you have to buy the refill to put in the container and all. I mean, anyway, that's so much fuss to me. Speaking of fuss, this one is worth it. This is a new skincare product that I have been loving, and I went through a bottle and I need to repurchase. This is the In Beauty Extreme Cream. The full name is Extreme Cream Anti-Aging, Firming and Lifting Refillable Moisturizer. I didn't see the word refillable and didn't think about it. This looks like a huge container of cream. I went through a full bottle and didn't even realize it because I was still feeling the weightiness of the container. It feels heavy. And then the last time I used it, which was a couple of nights ago, I'm spritzing, 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 and nothing's coming out. And I'm like, how is that possible? This container is still so heavy. And I opened it, I unscrewed it to see what was in it, what was left, and like try to get out what's in it. I was like, maybe the pump is faulty or something. Honey, this thing is refillable. And the interior is this skinny tube in comparison to the full tube. Like, how upsetting is that, right? And I was like, oh, how come I didn't realize this? And I went to the website, and sure enough, my little dingling self didn't realize that this is only 1.7 ounces. So, anyway, the point being, know that I'm going to end up buying the refills. This is a luxurious moisturizer, clinically shown to visibly firm, lift, contour, and reduce sagging while nourishing the skin barrier. Come on, we know no, I was going to say no fragrance. No cream will do that for you. That's all right though. I really liked this cream. It felt super moisturizing. I didn't like it when I first tried it because it came on like white and I had to rub it in. And there was something about the way that it originally laid on my skin that I just was not used to. And I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. But I ended up working it into my skin and woke up with baby soft, amazing skin and thought, oh, this is fantastic. I really, really love this. So it's become like a holy grail. And now I want a lot of it. So I'm going to order a few refills of this and use it. It lasted me maybe between somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks. So it's like a month's worth of product. And the refill is $42. Lord have mercy, but worth every penny. I really saw a big difference with this. You know, I have holy grail products in skincare that I continually use. I don't know if it's continuously or I use them over and over again, is what I'm trying to get at. The Ula Henriksen Peptide Moisturizer is on constant rotation at my house. I get refills of that at every sale that I can, the purple bottle. I love that thing. I use it during the day, I use it at night, I use it whenever. I usually have something that I use during the day and one at night, and then the Ula Henriksen just stays out there. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the brand name right. Is it Ola? Ole Henriksen, whatever. Ola, Ole Henriksen. The purple moisturizer is to die for. I always have that out. But then I also have like a daily morning moisturizer and then a night moisturizer. So that In Beauty one, the Extreme Cream, has been my nighttime moisturizer. I will do my tretinoin. The other thing that I do is I rotate my tretinoin in and out with, at this point, I'm using the Good Genes from Sunday Riley. And if not that, then I do the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. That's another staple. I've got backup upon backup of that. But I'll rotate my tretinoin with one of those. So one day on, one day off kind of thing. Then I put the extreme cream on. And then I also still take some of my castor oil and I put that under my eyes and around my mouth just to help extra moisturize those areas. And it has been helping me to look better in the morning, and I don't have to use as much concealer under my eye because my eyes are moisturized, my under eyes are moisturized, they're hydrated, the whole thing, and I can lay down my concealer better. You know, like those are staples. And then in the morning, I will wash my face, obviously, and then I'll do some kind of essence, and I'm rotating through different essences. So I just finished a bottle of the Ilia one, the milky toner in the milky bottle. That's another big suggestion for the Sephora sale. Fantastic. Right now, I'm using the Sarah Creel essence, which is also beautiful. It's a biphase one where you have to shake it up because it's like an oil and other kind of watery substance. And I like to lay down that layer of hydration first for my skin before I go in with a moisturizer. And my moisturizer is typically, it's either the Ola Henriksen, and if I'm not using that, lately I've been using for months and months now, the Bobbi Brown face-based moisturizing cream, and I buy the big bottle. So that is one I will buy a backup of in the Sephora sale as well. I just pulled a backup out because I went through another bottle of that. So those are staples for me. I also have on backup the Kiehl's Ferulic Blend Essence and toner or something, but I don't think that's sold at Sephora. I think that's sold at Ulta. So anyway, I do the essence and then the moisturizer and then go in with my makeup routine. On occasion, I will use a toner. I don't use one every day. I may use one every third or fourth day. I have a micro exfoliant in my bathroom shower that I use after I wash my face in the shower. Right now, I am using the Dermalogica one, I think it's called. I have for years and years used the Amore Pacific or Pacifica, I forget the exact full name, the enzymatic exfoliator. It's a very fine powder that's supposed to have enzymes that activate and help like to eat away the dead skin cells as you're moisturizing. Very soft, finely milled. The Dermalogica micro exfoliant daily, whatever the heck it's called, it's in the white bottle. I will not repurchase that. It's a little bit rougher. I kind of like the Amore Pacifica one that's a little bit softer on the skin, a little gentler. So I'll go back to that eventually. But I also fell in love with the Paula's Choice Resist Advanced Toner that has the 2% BHA. It's in the darker of the 2 bottles. There are 2 toners, one that's a little lighter gray and one that's a darker gray. I like the darker gray one myself, the darker, it's almost black. There's something about the way that my skin feels after I use that, where I feel like my skin is both toned and hydrated at the same time, and it leaves this beautiful foundation then for me to add the essence on top and the moisturizer before I do my makeup routine. I'm picking up a full bottle of the 2% BHA one. The other skincare product that I would highly recommend if you don't have it and never used it is the Clarins Double Serum. I love the hydrating and moisturizing effect of this. So when you think about hydration, think about giving your skin a drink of water. It's a lighter kind of fluid that sinks into your skin very easily. And then moisturizer tends to be a little bit thicker and creamier, and it may moisturize the surface of your skin, but it sort of sits on top and gives a dewy effect. Whereas the hydrating steps, like what's in the Clarins Double Serum, really sinks into your skin. I'm not a skincare expert. That is my understanding of how all this works and my own personal experience based on what I've observed these products to do to my personal skin. So I would highly recommend picking up that as well if you are into skincare. And then let me hop back over to makeup and share a couple of other thoughts about some of the newer products. What do you all think about the Hung Van Gogh line? People raved about it when it first came out, then it started to get mixed reviews. I was thinking of picking up some of the basic eyeshadow ones, like the neutral one and the warm one. I forget what they're called. I'll pop pictures up here on the screen. They look beautiful. I love the sleek red packaging of this. And then I started to see reviews that the shadows didn't last very long, that there was fallout and this and that. And I'm like, oh. So I'm not sure if I'm going to pick these up, but they do look beautiful. And a lot of the makeup people that I trust, the reviewers that I trust, raved about this. I'm not sure if some of that raving is, because Hung Van Gogh is a makeup artist, and I think there's maybe this tendency to be a little bit more lenient on people in the industry and their products and want to like them and enjoy them. And so there's sort of like a built-in, maybe unconscious bias. I don't think it's lying at all. I wouldn't say that, but just, like a tendency. I have that with certain brands. Like there are certain fragrance brands that I really like. So I'm more inclined to want to like something and lean toward liking something that they release versus another brand that I maybe don't have that same kind of affinity or enjoyment for or whatever. So I don't mean that in like a facetious way or derogatory way at all. But I wonder if some of these reviews will hold up over time, I think is what I'm wondering. And so I may pass on the Hung Van Gogh. I will tell you though, I said I wasn't going to buy these. But I'm gonna buy these, and it's the new Natasha Denona eyeshadows. I know, I don't need them. Nobody needs them. I have these colors elsewhere in 1,000 other palettes that I love, but I went into Sephora and made the mistake of swatching these and seeing these in person. I like the entire way that the component feels. It's smaller than her big eyeshadows and a little bit more sleek than even her mid-size palettes. I like them. I like them, I don't need them, but they're calling to me, and for 20% off, yes. And let me just go on and admit, I already got the warm one. I got it in the Sephora sale. They had a 15% off sale. So I got the warm one, it's on the way. Jesus help me, and I'm gonna get then I think the other one is called the soft look with the lighter colors that are more pinky and pastel leaning than the warm palette. A little bit more cool tone. I don't need these. I don't need these, but I'm in love with her formula, and I like the idea of having these. So, even though I vowed not to buy bigger palettes, these 2 got me. They got me. One's on the way and one will be on the way. I can tell you the formulas are nice from swatching them at Sephora. I've had really good luck with the Natasha Denona formulas. I just have had a good time, a good luck with most of them, and aside from colors that I don't wear often, I don't have any problems with any of her palettes. I mean, there's some like the Circus palette, Circo Loco, which was hard to wear. I made it work, and I still have those colors floating around here. I deconstructed a lot of her palettes and kind of rearranged them to suit my need. But these colors, I'll wear these colors. I will wear them. This is right up my alley, these sort of like basic looking kinds of shades. I may not wear the darker ones that often, but I can tell you they feel good in hand. The components are well made. They clasp nicely with a magnetic touch. The pan sizes are a little bit smaller and more manageable. They're beautiful. They are beautiful. So, and together, the sets together are very nice. The other couple of things that I'm thinking of picking up that I don't need and no one needs, one is the Armani bronzer. This is not a new product, but I will say this is one that has stood the test of review time, meaning when people show you their top favorites for videos, just like I talked about those skincare products that are on rotate here that I've used year over year over year and purchased multiple times, this Armani bronzer, people still rave about, even though it's how old at this point? At least a year old, maybe 2 years old. And a lot of the content creators that I love and trust are still raving about their love and ongoing use of the Armani bronzer. So I think I may go ahead and pick up an Armani bronzer. I'm a bronzing gal. I bronze almost I was gonna say almost every day, but it's actually every time I put on makeup, I put bronzer on. I feel incomplete without it. I have it on now. I'm actually wearing, I don't think it's sold on Sephora. It's the new terracotta peacock. I forget the exact name. Poudre something bronzante. I have that on my face. It's very subtle, very easygoing day to day, subtle airbrush bronzer. Love it. It's very nice. Anyway, this Armani bronzer, I'm very interested in picking up. I also think I might be suckered into buying the Dior Luminizer. I don't need another one of these, but this is pretty and it's capturing my attention. And who doesn't love a good highlight? I don't have any highlight on. What you see on my face is my natural oiliness appearing to be a highlighter. I'm just an oily gal. The other products, just so that this video doesn't get too long, because I could talk about makeup for hours and give you recommendations of makeup for hours. But if you don't already have, these are on the hair side, Dyson products or Davines products. Dyson for devices, they really are amazing. I blow dried my hair with my Dyson blow dryer today. I have another sort of workhorse hair dryer that I use as well, which is it's a baby Babyliss, I think is how you say it. I would say baby bliss, but it's Babyliss. Ceramic turbo something or other. When I really want to like fry my hair quickly, blow dry super quickly. But when I want my hair to look healthier and shinier and I'm a little bit more patient, the Dyson blow dryer is amazing. All of the Dyson products are great for drying your hair, but if I had to tell you to pick up one, the blow dryer hands down is the best. It consistently leaves my hair healthier, shinier looking than any other blow dryer that I've ever used. You just have to have a little bit more patience because the air that comes out of it isn't quite as high heat as maybe your other workhorse blow dryers, but it gets the job done. And it's really like just a few seconds more of time at blow drying your hair. And then I would also say check out the Davines products. This is a line of products. I believe they are out of Italy, made in Italy, and they smell amazing. My favorite subline in the Davines lineup is the OI products. They're spelled OI and they come in black bottles mostly. Some are clear. The smell on these is amazing, like this earthy, herbal, Aveda kind of smell that I just adore. Love the OI shampoo and conditioner. Mega pricey for the 2 liters. I think only the smaller bottles are sold on Sephora's website. The bodifying like serum or whatever it's called, the mousse, I forget what it's called, is also fantastic. Look, there's one called like Spellbind or Spell something. Amazing. Do wonders for your hair and just smell fantastic. I think I will leave it there now and let you know what I ended up picking up Oh, I think I am gonna pick up the Hung Van Gogh eyeliners. I've heard a lot of great things about them. The gel eyeliners, not the pencil ones. So right now, what's in my cart is the In Beauty Extreme Cream refills. If I hadn't already bought them in the Ulta sale, I would have added the warm palette from Natasha Denona. I am gonna add the soft look one to the Sephora basket. And the other product is the Hourglass powders. Got it in Ulta, but if not, I would have been picking up either the deer or the swan in the Sephora sale. I'm gonna add the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. I have to figure out which color I'm gonna get. The Paula's Choice Resist Advanced Toner with the 2% BHA, Armani bronzer, and probably a Dior luminizer. And maybe some other products. We'll see what ends up in my cart because I always go back 2, 3, 4 times before the sale is over and just rack up. I adore the Sephora sale. It's a lot of fun to think about what to buy. I know people have mixed feelings about it. Oh, you can, wait until the brand does a sale and then you can get 30 and 40% off. That's fine. Listen, shop wherever you want and what makes good sense for you, what's comfortable for you. What makes good sense for me and comfortable for me is to do the all-in-one shopping right there at Sephora. I don't want to be shopping around 10 million different websites just to save a few dollars extra here and there. Yes, they may have 25% off, 30% off. Hey, if you get 50% off, convince me. I might go, shop there. But for a few extra dollars and then you're fussing around with did you hit the shipping limit or whatever the amount is to get free shipping. You have to deal with that on other sites. It's just I can't deal with the headache of trying to save an extra few dollars on other websites. I end up spending more that way than if I just shop at Sephora and shop at Ulta when they do their 15 and 20% off sales and just add to cart all at once and indulge all at one time. So I love it. Let me know what you're getting down in the comments from the Sephora sale and let's check in about the products when they arrive. I'll be doing demos and all of that on the channel. Take care, friends. Happy shopping.